putting the band back together.
Forget it. No.
I'm back, baby.
I want you to put the word out there. We back up. Understand me?
Sounds like it's in
Back up.
They say everyone deserves a second chance.
Here we go.
Apparently, so do radio shows.
Here we go.
After years
Here we
apart,
go.
countless bad sports takes from everyone else, and more than a few people saying, you know who should do a show together again?
We're back.
Somebody actually made it happen.
We are back. We are back.
Steve Czaban and Josh Albrecht, back together again.
What does that do? Does that blow your mind? That just happened.
A man who loves digital assets, hates replay, and always leaves early. Milwaukee's adopted hometown son, Steve Czaban.
Unbelievable we're seeing. What just happened?
It's the Steve Czaban Show with Josh Albrecht on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
So you wanted something nice, something big, something special, something really, really primo at the trade deadline for your Milwaukee Brewers. Instead, you got what you probably should have known you were going to get. A sweater and a garden hose, something else useful, nothing exciting, nothing sexy. It is what it is. Deal with it. How you doing, everybody? It's a glorious Tuesday morning here in Green Bay. Yours truly with Josh up here at Packer training camp. We were there on the sidelines yesterday. I have, Josh, my top 10 random training camp observations from sitting there baking on the sideline and blaring. Warm, but beautiful Wisconsin summer sun. It was not a bad summer day up here, just like it isn't today. It looks lovely outside. We should cherish these days before the snow and the ice.
Oh, don't say
falls.
the S word.
I know. Brewers lose last night. It was also bowling night with Nagler and pizza night with Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
I had so much fun last night on both fronts, by the way. So we need a small recap of that this hour as well. And then the former quarterback of the Packers, Aaron Rodgers, decided to go off in camp for the Steelers on McAfee, on Fauci, COVID, vaccinations, and more. So, yeah, that's out there, and people are reacting to it.
It was.
Can you mute that? There you go. Thank you. Oh, it's still going on right now. Yeah. Anyway, we're here live in the lobby of the American. We're giving a nice show to the people who are traveling, passing through here. You know, it's been a nice 2-day stay here. Has your room been sufficient? Josh has taken his air conditioning down to 60.
As low as it goes. By the way, Aaron Morse is with me on that.
Oh, on taking it down as low.
Yeah, or
as it goes.
I mean, or as close to.
Wow.
Where do you just? Is that, I don't know. Maybe it's just a Midwest thing. Do you not do that?
I'm at the point where I am more sensitive to being cold than I should be. I don't know why. SAWFT, soft. And it's not just sometimes, like on Sunday night when I got here, I was in shorts and a T-shirt. And I was rattling around Green Bay, in and out of public places. And I started to get kind of chilly because of just the skin exposure. I don't know what it is. I'm not built for extended skin exposure to any sort of cool air. So no, I don't. I had mine set to 72 last night.
Oh my God. I would have died. That is
72
nuts.
is good enough for me, but
No.
60. And of course, the unit runs constantly. It's just a wall unit of an AC unit. Doesn't cycle on and cycle off to nudge the temperature to what you want. It just cranks at that number.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, you feel bad for the AC units when I'm in that room.
Yeah.
They are working nonstop.
Yeah. All right. So the word irresponsible was used last night by Matt Arnold on the broadcast while the Brewers were losing to the Pirates. Isn't that exciting? 4-3, as once again, Christian Yelich is a black hole when it comes to production, hitting, 190 over his last 30 games, I believe it is.
Yep.
Josh got mad at me because we're at the bar, and, Terang's up there with a chance to hit a 2-run bomb and save the day. I pull out my phone, hit record on the TV because I'm thinking this is a potential great moment here. If he just hits a home run, then I can turn to you and Nags going crazy like, yeah, he did it. And you look at me like, don't you even. What are you doing? You are jinxing this to the moon, buddy.
It wasn't even a jinx. It was just to get it together. We had a guy on first. We're down a run with a guy on first. It's not like we had two guys in scoring position and all it would have taken was a base knock.
No, all that he had to do was go yard.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Which this Brewers team's done great all year long.
Who was it? It was Montgomery for the Pirates. That guy was throwing absolute cheese.
Yeah, he's done pretty well against the Brewers this year.
Pretty good. So the word irresponsible was used by Matt Arnold in the broadcast about the offers that they made to the Tigers to try to get Tarek Skubal. I don't like that word on a number of fronts, but let's put that aside for a second. After the game, Murph went on an extended, I don't want to say rant, wasn't a rant, but you want an extended answer about how they offered a lot. And the reporting on what was or was not offered is not necessarily as accurate. But Murph was standing on the ground of, we tried.
Correct.
There's more stuff coming out from other quadrants of the baseball world about how this was a done deal and that the Tigers didn't even want to talk to anybody else. That for some reason, and I don't understand this, they were accommodating Skubal to go where he wanted to go, which is L.A., by basically trading him 2 days early, sticking their fingers in their ears on any and all other offers, saying, la, 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 I can't hear you, la, 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 turning down our offer, the Rays offer, other offers to appease Skubal. And I'm like, he is leaving you.
Right.
What do you owe him, by the way? Screw him. But at the end of the day, I just want to say this for the record. And I am fine with not getting Skubal category. Because to me, Skubal was the wrong guy for the wrong price, what it might have taken, for the wrong reasons, especially right now with the drought on offense. If you wanted to get someone to really help the team, they should have gotten at least a bat. Which they did not. Now, hopefully the bats they got are going to come around. But Skubal was always the wrong guy at the wrong price for the wrong reasons. And I don't like his attitude. I would have never believed that he would have shoved, as the kids say in baseball, like C.C. Sabathia did for this team 15 years ago?
Yep. A lot of people felt that way.
This was not the guy, people. This was not the guy, and it was not the most pressing area of need. Now, it would have helped, obviously, if he did shove, if he was bought in on a temporary basis, if you did happen to get to a point where you're in a big game 2 against the Dodgers and you've got him and they don't. But we're a long way from that, okay? That is a deep hypothetical. Chris Rose, who has done, I think, good work on Fox, baseball, talk shows, whatever. I think he's a credible voice. He had this, I don't want to, I hate calling everything a rant. He had this monologue, this passionate monologue about what bothered him regarding the Skubal deal to the Dodgers and the Brewers specifically not stepping up to go get him. Can we play that?
My attitude right now is the reason I wanted the Brewers to go so hard after Tarek Skubal. And I know that you guys have probably already talked this a ton, but it is the biggest story we've got. We can focus on all these, interesting little moves that we think is going to be all the difference in the world. Let's talk about the biggest one in the room, which is all these people flooding our comments section from the late night Saturday show and the one I did earlier today with Dalton that's saying, well, we can't give up these prospects. It's the lifeblood of the Brewers and Rays organizations. That is such bullshit. I cannot I've had enough of it. Enough. I went back to 2017 when Christian Yelich was traded to the Brewers. Do you know that the Brewers gave up their first, their like fourth, their seventh, and like a 16th or 17th best prospect? Now, I know that Yelich was under control. He ended up getting the extension, so it's a different thing. People
Okay,
say we can't do it for just
stop, Aaron. This is what I hate the most. A guy makes an unbelievably bad comparison, which this was, oh, by the way.
Yep.
And then tries to dismiss it by saying, yeah, I know that, ... Let me return to my original subpar crummy take. Like, to compare Scooble to the Yelich deal is a joke. It's
Huge.
like comparing a Ferrari to a bicycle. Stop it already. Well, in both transportation modes, it doesn't even compute. Like, yeah, I knew he was under control, and They should have done the same thing for a temporary rental for a pitcher. I mean, come on, man.
No, it's not even close to the same situation. And keep in mind, he even mentions in there, and yeah, I know he signed the extension. Yeah, it's beyond just we had him for a little bit longer.
No, not only did they have him for longer, and he signed the extension, they got him signed early so that before his knee shattered into a million pieces and the back started to go out.
Yep.
He was a cheap superstar. He was one of the cheapest MVP caliber players in recent vintage. It was a masterclass of the front office identifying a potential future superstar and acquiring him aggressively from under the nose of a team that didn't fully appreciate who they had. And they had him for many years. The Scooble thing is the exact opposite here. Go ahead, finish the Chris Rose rant, and then we'll move on to other topics.
2-month rental. Really? How many World Series have the Brewers won? Oh, you could even throw the Rays in there. I'll combine them. How many World Series have those two franchises won? Anybody? That's correct, nerd boy. 0. So why don't we try something different? You know what's definitely on? Do you think that Dustin May is going to line up and everybody's going to be like, hell yes, that guy's going to pitch game 2 because Kyle Harrison's arm has fallen off. So now we have to trot out Dustin May in game 2 of the NLCS against the Dodgers. And you know who he's going to face? Terrence Scooble.
Maybe.
And that's going to be a problem for the Brewers. I love the Brewers. They are a tremendous story. The idea should not be just to survive. It should be to advance. And I don't care. I am telling you this as a lifelong Indians fan who did not pull the trigger on a Randy Johnson trade, who did not pull the trigger on a Curt Schilling trade, who did not pull the trigger on a Pedro Martinez trade. I regret it. I would have given up anything. Hell, I would have given up this arm. I would have cut my damn head off to have a chance at that stuff. And we had a way better team than the Brewers do now. And we still didn't get it done. And it pains me because we didn't try.
Okay. First of all, nobody needs an Indian fan. I'm sorry, Guardian fan lecturing Brewer fans about how you should live your life. Nobody wants to hear from him about here's how you should manage your situation as the smallest market in baseball.
Yep.
And an owner that has only so much money, has to steal sand for his mansion in Malibu. Okay, we don't need that from you. That's number one. Number two is the whole argument, how many World Series have you won? Oh, so that's the bar. That's like yelling at some sort of dorky computer nerd in a bar. How come you haven't been on a date with a hot blonde who's a 9? You should go walk right up to that girl over there and ask her to go out, because if you don't do that, you're never going to go out with one. So just go ahead and do the thing that probably won't work, that'll make you look stupid, because you got to try at some point.
Yeah, I mean, that is essentially what he was saying.
Yeah. And we're not the only franchise that has not won a World Series, and not the only one that has only won or been to one. Like, there's quite a few that it's a hard, rare thing to do. Now, look, is the trade deadline a disappointment? Yes. Yes, it is. Dustin May does not really move anyone's you-know-what. I know that you were saying on a lot of the groups, on the Facebook groups. I'm not on that. I'm not in them Facebook streets. Trading Frias for May was not well received. He is technically the a number 11 prospect
in the organization. Yep.
Ragsdale is 13. They get this guy Sensatala from the Rockies, which is an intriguing one because he's got a good record for a bad team. So we'll see. But yeah, it was a disappointing, nothing happened yet again trade deadline. You're just going to have to accept it.
Yeah, it's tough because the goalpost moved so much after Saturday. We had people texting in this morning saying that what happened yesterday didn't even matter because the season ended Saturday when Skubal went to the Dodgers. Which
that's
exactly.
absurd.
I was like, okay, you're in your feels right now. You're running on 100% pure emotion.
Right.
But the point of the fact of the matter is that the Brewers ended up doing at the trade deadline exactly what the Brewers do.
Right.
We expected and hoped that they would take this big swing, and they didn't. They pulled the Packers by saying we were in on every conversation. We were a part of every conversation. You guys couldn't even imagine how many different scenarios we put out there. But at the end of the day, you came home with 2 or 3 trades, 3 total. One was for nothing. You had Naylor and Hoyer's already gone.
Hoyer's already gone for cash
to Baltimore.
Yeah, what did you say? It was like a boat owner. Happiest day was the day you buy it and the day you sell it. We got that done with Hoyer in like 2 days.
I said
bought him, sold him.
Tell
Done.
me your favorite moment in the Hoyer era in Milwaukee.
That's right.
I don't even know that he stepped foot in the state. But so you have that first and foremost. And then the 2 trades that happened yesterday. I think that people in general were probably okay with the May and Romero trade until they found out that we gave up what we gave up for it in the 11 and 13, specifically Frias going. But you're beggars and choosers. You're saying you want them to do something. Okay, you're going to get Skubal. They got to do something if we care about this season. We have the lockout coming next season. We got to go for it. We got to make a move. Well, not that move.
Right, not that one.
Move.
Oh, don't get rid of him.
For those guys, and it's just you're sitting here.
So get me up to speed on the appeal of Frias, because he is not one of the names that I have typically heard coming up.
He was on Aaron Morris's 4 guys you can't trade list. So Aaron was very
didn't know Morris kept such a list.
Yeah, well, me either. But he was very upset about it. Frias was a prospect that hadn't been as high up in the Brewers organization, but was moving very, very quickly.
All right. So Aaron, jump to the mic if you can. Are you basing this on watching his play down in the minors or just following closely via Sporting News or other such outlets?
Yeah, I can't say I'm watching Wilson Warbird's games every day, but from highlights I've seen and from things I've read from people I consider smart and explaining his swing and his projections, yeah.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, it sucks giving up guys that you're hoping to see up at the big club at one point for somebody who may or may not turn out to be any good.
Right, but we don't know.
We don't
know how he's going to end up being. That's the thing about prospects. You don't know in general. I think the bigger concern, and you pointed it out, was that they also didn't get a bat.
Yeah.
If you have some depth, you bring in some more pitchers, especially after Sproat gets pulled mid-batter by Murph last night, and you didn't bring in any offense on top of it. It was a frustrating day. It was a frustrating day to be a Brewer fan going, all right, well, now we're back to hope and a prayer for this team.
By the way, Luis Garcia Jr. had a home run for the Yankees last night. Leads the majors in slugging. They got him from the Nationals. There are Oriole fans ready to jump off the destroyed Baltimore bridge that got knocked out by that tanker almost 2 years ago, still hasn't been rebuilt because of the Adley Rutschman trade. They got a haul in return from the Red Sox, but the face of the franchise for the Orioles, who had gone through this painful 4-year rebuild, is now gone to a division rival.
Yep.
The Red Sox themselves were the worst team in baseball early on, fired their manager. You had Dave Portnoy saying, sell the team. And now they're huge buyers at the deadline, and they're surging right now, which is what makes baseball fun and wild and unpredictable.
Well, and that's why I said right now the Brewers' mentality is unfortunately back to hope and a prayer, because we look at teams like the Red Sox and we can say it's August. It's early August.
Correct.
We still have a little less than 60 days for the bats to get hot again and for things to turn around, and we're having just as much fun as we did in May.
Yeah.
That's where we're at. We didn't buy that opportunity, so now we're hoping and praying that that's what changes.
And the cold reality is, if nobody's going to hit, then this team is going to be out like one of the contestants in Wipeout with the impossible obstacle early in the race, like the greased whack, the greased circular beam that you can't even stay on. They're going to be boom out.
Knocked
Somebody
out
go hit, or else they going to be out.
Yep.
All right, coming up, camp thoughts, Josh.
Yes.
You and I put in the time to stand astutely and to nod along with the other scribes and broadcasters as we watch the Packers in their first full day of padded practice and go,
Oh, that looked
yes.
good. Yes.
I have some observations. We'll give you some camp news. We're live here in Green Bay in the lobby of the lovely American, where the pancakes, you've used the pancake machine?
Yep.
Are
like a
flowing freely. I might get one during the break right here. Stay with us. Steve Czaban Show with Josh Albrecht on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. We're back to Steve Czaban Show with Josh Albrecht live from Packer training camp up here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Another lovely day. We're here in the lobby of the American, I should say.
American.
Where the AC unit works quite well in Josh's room, although it could be due for a service call after today. You've used all the Freon in the entire building.
I don't think that's how that worked, but I would like to.
All right. Talking text line, you want to get a few of those out of the way here? The NicoletLaw.com talk and text line.
Yeah, we got a bunch in here. Schwartz Center said the quote-unquote, we need a bat, but you are not replacing that bat for these three players, and this is the problem. These three need to figure it out. It's difficult. The idea of getting a bat was difficult because there weren't a lot of names out there to go get. It was like a need.
Arias, Garcia, there were some. It wasn't as rich as there was for pitchers that were gettable for sure.
Correct. There were a few people that were texting in this morning saying, based on what they had to give up for May and Romero, I'm glad they didn't have to go and get someone else.
Yeah. There's also a sentiment of the whole system currently, until this thing gets resolved, is rigged against you. So if it's already rigged, why participate? Why even try? It's not the most ridiculous argument to be made. There's a certain logic in that. Like, well, we're going to hold on to all our guys, or as many of them as we can, until we see what the world looks like on the other side of the apocalypse.
Right. And then see from there. Also, the 262 said, fellas, I've read that the dentist is showing up big in camp. What are your observations? That's Steve in Richfield talking about DDS in training camp. Did you see anything out of him when we were on the sidelines yesterday?
DDS.
Yeah.
Who dat?
Dennis Sutton, the draft pick.
Oh, okay. They're calling him the dentist?
Yeah, because in that DDS, isn't that the acronym? Yeah.
I did not make any particular notes on him. Did you?
No.
Okay.
No, I stood there with my arms folded going, yes, okay, yes. Good.
Okay, here's some observations from
tell us what you did see.
Practice. Top 10 observations. You saw me dictating into my watch.
Yes.
And you laughed at me, and I'm like, go ahead, laugh all you want. This is an effective way for me to not sit there and write notes. I can just hit record and make a note, mental note. Start date, training camp.
Yes.
Number one, observation. Running plays almost always work when you can't tackle.
Mm-hmm.
In the full 11-on-11 live action, which we were not allowed to film because God forbid somebody were to see one of these plays,
our secrets,
and design the perfect defense for it and thwart the Packers on a crucial 3rd and 5 in a big game and ruin the season. Couldn't show it to you. They would run running plays because they got to practice running plays. And anyone who knows football knows that running plays for the most part are boring.
Yes, especially in camp.
2 yards, 3 yards, maybe 5. If you get a running play for over 10 yards, it's like, all right, that was great.
Awesome.
Every running play in training camp hits. It slaps. The holes look huge. The blocking plays out just as designed. The running back bursts into the second level. You hear hooting, you hear hollering, and I'm like, damn, football would be fun if that was as easy as it is to run in real life. But it's because you cannot tackle. So that's my first observation. Observation number 2 is passing plays also almost always work when you can't touch the quarterback, which is a big point of emphasis from LaFleur this camp. Yep. He doesn't like the fact that some of their defensive players who have been beating the offensive line pretty regularly so far are getting close to the precious quarterbacks, including 37-year-old Tyrod Taylor, now in his 39th year in the league, and that he doesn't want them touched, jostled, or otherwise disturbed. Well, many plays that I watched in which the offensive lineman got beat soundly, the D lineman had to kind of slow up or kind of veer around what would have been an easy quarterback kill that allowed the quarterback to have an extra beat to step up and then hit a crossing Christian Watson, for example, for a nice catch and gain, and the fans in attendance go,
Oh, yes. Yay.
and I'm like, that was a sweet play. That worked great. Why'd it work great? Can't touch the quarterback.
Couldn't touch him.
Right. Now, I understand that you have to do these things. You can't nobody does live tackle practice anymore. As far as I understand.
No.
I think the closest anyone came was Dan Campbell his first year in Detroit, where he brought back the most physical, almost full tackle practice, and that was about it. It's just a dumb thing to do. It'd be like putting a electrical substation, a giant one, right next to your practice field.
Yeah.
It'd be dumb. You'd be getting all your players hurt every
would
time.
do that?
Yeah, right. So I know they got to practice these plays, but what struck me as I'm sitting there observing, like you were and everyone else was, it's the job of the beat reporters, the Bob Domofskis, the Bill Hubers, the Andy Hermans, the Aaron Naglers.
Yep, the Matt Schneidmans.
Yes, the Matt Schneidmans, to make observations about who looks good, who doesn't look good. And yet they're doing it for plays that have been nerfed to the point where, well, they kind of always work because you know what? You can't do the most important thing, i.e. tackle the running back, i.e. get the quarterback.
Right.
But it's practice. Observation number 3. And again, these are not the most important things. These are just things that goes through El Baldo's dumb head. Observation number 3, the grass. My God, the grass. It's perfect.
Yeah, and you love a good lawn of grass.
Oh, it is so good. Good old Nitschke Field has been sitting there in the Green Bay summer sun for weeks and weeks, tended to, overseeded, aerated, watered, cut, fertilized for weeks now, just for this moment. And man, is the grass ready for its day under the sun.
You know, and as much as that was appreciated, the thought went through my head, I bet Lambeau Field is even better.
Even better. Even better. Now, I don't think their practice fields are part synthetic as Lambeau is. I may be wrong about that because I think once the weather turns and the grass stops growing, they go indoors for practice. I'm pretty sure. Could ask a beat guy today about that. But the grass is great. So as I said to Josh, I'm like, I just want my lawn to look like this. Is this too much to ask? And you were like, yes.
Yes, it is.
It's a huge waste of time and money. Stop trying. Number 4, Zabe's camp observations. Every one of these guys are athletic freaks. They are taller than you realize. They are faster than you can imagine. They hit with a violence, even when they're just at 50%, 60%, 70%, that is hard to even get your head around when you're up close like we get to be for training camp. I'm watching Tucker Kraft stress test that knee against a blocking sled, and you're so close, and you hear the and the rattling of that metal blocking sled and the force with which it jacks up onto its hind sort of hinges. And you think to yourself, damn, imagine that being another human. Imagine that being you. Imagine if Tucker Kraft just said, I'm going to block you now. Watch this. Brace yourself. As a normal civilian, me as a 6 foot, 210-pound dude.
It's something that I can only imagine once because it's not happening twice.
You'd get obliterated.
Yeah, I'd be
and
gone.
There are far bigger monsters in the league than Tucker Kraft. Okay. Observation number 6. Am I on number 6 now?
I think you're on 5. Was that
yes.
5?
No, I was on 4. This is observation number 5.
Okay.
Every one of these guys that are these huge, athletic, speedy, muscular, athletic freak shows, every one of them were once a kid on a bike. They were once a kid on a bike, every single one of them. Now, every single kid on a bike outside waiting for an autograph, they don't all become NFL players. But I can pretty much guarantee, reverse engineering it, none of the guys you see that are on the field that have made it to the NFL were quiet little piano students growing up and then decided to get into football, at some age and were good at it. Like, that's what's kind of cool to me is that you see the kids on the bikes, you see the dudes that are monsters on the field, and you realize they were once them. They were just once little kids, and they grew and grew and grew and drank their milk and did their reps, and and became who they are. So there's
monsters.
That. Observation number 6. These refs they hire are stealing money. They are the biggest waste of time and space. They are an affront to the black and white striped jersey that is being a referee. What do they do? I'm there watching them. They're just standing on the corners of the field. They got shorts on. They're not even properly dressed. You're getting paid, Mr. Referee, Mr. Camp Referee, to do whatever you're going to do. Do something. The only thing we needed them to do was to tell us whether or not Trey Smack and his field goals were good, because from the angle we were at, he was kicking them over the top of the uprights. And so it was really hard. I was saying to Josh, I was like, okay, we got to concentrate. Bear down. Really focus. Did that go through or did it go outside wide right? Couldn't tell. And the referees that they pay probably $40 a practice to come stand around, they could have at least stood under the goalpost and done this with their hands. Good or not good?
Yeah, let us know. Good or not good. No, instead they're picking dandelions.
Yeah. Observation number 7. There's some guy that has a very heavy, very fancy cinema-style camcorder that carries it around from position to position and takes footage of camp. And I've seen him now multiple training camps. That guy has probably 10 terabytes of camp footage that is never and will never see the light of day.
Correct.
I'm like, what is this guy filming?
You were oogling over that camera.
Oh, yeah.
If you have a camera that is screwed in to a piece of wood because it's so heavy that it needs that extra stability,
right?
Steve Czaban is going to come talk to you.
Yeah. This is a huge it's not even a tripod. It's just a big, heavy platform that sits about 2 feet off the ground. I felt like being one of the Rick from Progressive commercials saying, hey, what you running there? Is that a Canon? Yeah, I love the color science on those. Those are good. Is that a 400 millimeter prime? You probably get some really good tight shots with that. Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah, what's the battery life on that thing?
What's the storage like on that? No, just don't leave him. Let him do his job.
Yeah, okay. Well, just come back here.
Observation number 8. Finding Matt LaFleur out there is almost like a game of Where's Waldo.
I had to ask.
And when you asked, I was like, okay, come on, Josh. It can't be that hard. I'm sure he's somewhere.
Where is he? Exactly. Someone goes, oh, you see that guy right there?
The gray pants and the gray vest. That's him.
Yeah, I'm squinting my eyes. Where are you looking at?
Yeah.
I don't see him.
The notion that the head coach would be up on some high perched throne with a whistle and a megaphone and blaring out orders, not the case.
No.
LaFleur is just out there mingling through all the other coaches, because the other coaches and coordinators, they run practice.
Sure.
He oversees practice, but they run it.
Right.
But he's out there. But finding him is kind of like a game. Number 9, free water. It's very nice. They give free water to us on the sidelines.
Yeah, appreciate
as
that.
media, which is great because nobody wants to see anyone just collapse and fall to the ground.
Correct. It's hot.
And my final observation number 10, is that Josh still had to go to the Packer Pro Shop to see what kind of gear is in there. And he might have bought something, but I don't want to betray him.
I got a hat. I don't care. I bought a hat.
Okay, good. All right.
No,
Julie, Julie, another hat is coming home.
Yeah, I'm she's not shocked or surprised at all. Disappointed? Yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, when is she not?
All right. Josh, I'll let you follow up in the next segment, our final segment of your thoughts on
Yeah, I want to talk about what happened off the field, the fun we had.
Let's do that. We'll talk about our night bowling and eating pizza with a couple of Packer OGs. It's the Steve Czaban Show with Josh Albrecht live from Green Bay training camp on the Wisconsin Radio Network. All right, we are back. Final segment here. We're here for a good time, not a long time. Steve Czaban Show with Josh Albrecht on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. A lot of messages coming in on the talk and text line. Sorry we haven't gotten to many of them this hour. We kind of don't get as many texts. We get texts. We don't read them as much because we're trying to make the most of our hour here together.
Yes.
We made the most of last night as we had dinner with the great Wayne Larrivee, longtime voice of the Packers, at his favorite pizza place in town, Sammy's.
Yes.
And then after that, we went and bowled with Aaron Nagler.
Which is a lot of fun.
Just the three of us. It was grand. I said to you after a few lineies, I said, this is great. The kind of unstructured, leisurely, we're not on a schedule, we're not over planning anything, hang out and talk type of time with people who you respect in the business, who are also friends. I mean, I counted the wide array of topics that we went over with Nags while bowling, and it was pretty amazing. Everything from the direction of the Star Wars franchise to Packer players and moves and games and thoughts about, the NFL and schedules and Mike Florio. I mean, we covered so much ground. Music, concerts he's seen, how he met his current girlfriend, what happened, how he met his first wife.
I mean, literally everything. And we had a ton of topics and conversation with Wayne at dinner too. I mean, talking we had a big conversation about baseball. Yeah, it was not just, hey, Wayne, tell us what your favorite Packer game was to call. I mean, it was good. It was catching up with old friends. It was a great time.
Wayne gave us a wonderful sort of history lesson about baseball and a book by Mark. I forget who it was that wrote the book.
Author too, yeah.
Right, but he was telling us about a particular baseball book that was very important that he remembers when he was 13 years old. Wayne is 71 years old, but man, he looks great. Lean, tall, fit, great head of hair, still great voice. And what I love is that, when Wayne has had 2 or 3 and we're sitting there eating some pizza.
Yeah, a couple 2-3, yeah.
And he's, he's freely talking, knowing this is all circle of trust. It's not leaving the table. He will lean in and then give you something good, but he'll give it to you in that perfect Wayne Larrivee deep baritone announcer voice.
Yeah.
And it's so funny, and his eyes get all wide, and it's like you're just enraptured there listening to Wayne.
I just thought about, I think we might need a Wayne Larrivee Waze app.
He'd be a great
update.
Voice.
Yeah.
Turn left now. We actually had we were talking about books. We said, well, Wayne, when are you going to write your book?
Yeah, right.
You already know the title, Dagger.
Yeah, Dagger.
Dagger, the broadcast life story of Wayne Larrivee. And I said, ooh, I know. In the spine of the book, there can be a removable miniature collectible dagger itself.
Yes.
So you pull the dagger out of the spine of the book.
Put weapons in books. What could go wrong?
It wouldn't be a real weapon dagger. It'd be a souvenir, blunt, small, maybe plastic dagger.
Sure.
Okay.
What could go wrong besides everything? No, but it was a great time getting to hang out with those guys.
Yeah, so that was good last night. The Rodgers stuff. Oh boy.
We almost made it. Almost made it.
Look, here's all I'm going to say is that he's clearly in the I don't care phase because he knows this is his last season. He's not worried about what the Steelers might say because he's got his boy as coach now, who is not going to say anything. He's just glad to have a job, McCarthy.
Yeah, highly successful football coach. Yeah.
And the Steelers needed him more than he needed them. And he felt like, and he's got McAfee. McAfee's insulated from anything from ESPN. And so it was the perfect storm of, oh, yeah, watch this. Because beyond the COVID Fauci stuff and pleading the fifth, he went in on the Rossini thing without mentioning her by name. He just said there was a scandal. And he made a good point in that look, because one of the guys from McAfee said, hey, Aaron, I thought personal lives are personal. Didn't you teach us that?
Right.
And his answer was, yeah, but these are people who cover the league, who may have inside information about trades or game plans, that vote on coach of the year, player of the year, that this should be something that's covered. And ESPN is afraid to cover it. That was a valid point. That cannot be denied.
Nope.
But it's going to be an interesting year. He might play extensively in the first 2 preseason games against the who? Packers and Jets.
It's so stupid. I mean, I'm here for it, but why would you do that?
Good luck on that. Don't get hurt, buddy. You're not as young as you think you are. That's it for us today. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great Tuesday, everybody, and we will see you next time. Steve Czaban Show with Josh Albrecht on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.